Hi. Hope in Hopelessness Part 1. Let us understand Hope in Hopelessness Part 1 through an example of Beatrice, a girl, a boon of God. Beatrice had spent all her time alone as a child, feeling so sad and isolated or lonely. Her parents had been extremely neglectful of her. Beatrice grew up in life, blaming herself with a message that her parents' neglect was her own fault. Her childhood had ended almost as it began. Up till the age of 35, she had suffered a lot. Being loved meant being hurt for her. She had been finding a way forward in her life. She had suffered a panic attack. She was frustrated and scared, discouraged to be feeling worse instead of feeling better, and worried that she would have another panic attack. She used to say to herself, "I am sick and I will always be sick." She was too self-conscious to participate. She was afraid of making mistakes. She was afraid of calling attention to herself. Healing. For Beatrice, it was essential to her healing to free herself from her trauma or shock. She needed permission to feel what she hadn't been allowed to feel concerning all the sufferings she had gone through in the 3 decades, that is up till the age of 35 since, until she could experience those feelings. Those feelings would shout very loudly for her attention. The more she tried to suppress those feelings, the more violently those feelings would beg to be acknowledged, and the more terrifying those feelings would be to oppose. As Beatrice had learned from doing the grief work, finally allowing herself to feel her immense sorrow had given her some relief from the depression, stress and fear that had imprisoned her in her own thoughts. She didn't have choices then. She has choices now. She could hope. She can learn to see what a remarkable survivor she is. Slowly she started to participate, but still too afraid. Due to consistent efforts, she gained self-confidence. She had learned about a woman's self-defense. Once Beatrice had the confidence that she could protect herself, she began taking other risks such as adult ballet classes, belly dancing. Her body began to change. It was no longer a container for her fear. Now her body was an instrument of joy. Beatrice became a writer, a belly teacher, and a yoga instructor. She decided to choreograph a dance based on a story she remembered reading as a child, The Girl Without Hands. In the story, The Girl Without Hands, the girl's parents are tricked into giving their daughter to the devil because she is innocent and pure. The devil can't possess her, but in revenge and frustration, he cuts off her hands. The girl wanders the world with stumps where her hands used to be. One day she walks into a king's garden And when he sees her standing among the flowers, he falls in love with her. They get married and he makes her a pair of silver hands. They have a son. One day she saves their young son from drowning. Her silver hands disappear and are replaced with real hands. Beatrice said, "My hands are real again. It wasn't someone else I saved. It was me." Here, real hands demonstrate self-confidence. Key note: hope generates self-confidence. Self-confidence generates courage. Courage generates victory in life. Bye.